Hi everybody. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes to see who jumps on tonight. I think most people that are interested couldn't make this time, as I said yesterday, but I juggled around a few times and it's really hard getting people in the evening. And in the daytime, so it turns out. So I am having this fun at the moment with yoga classes, just trying to find times that suit everybody. So if you're not on this and you're on this live, if you're not on this live, thank you for making the effort to watch it anyway, even though the time wasn't quite right for you. So yeah, I've just been quickly scoffing some dinner. I teach after this on Thursdays, which is why this needed to be this time. So I teach 2 classes back to back. We've had builders and electricians and things here today. So yeah, it's been a little bit hectic, but we're hoping to be almost finished by the weekend. So if there's any drilling you hear in the background, that is Sean putting up a shelf and things in the cupboard in the new room. So I apologise, but hopefully it won't be too disruptive. So we're on day 2 today of our ReWilding mini series, and day 2 is all around dreaming and life visioning. So the theme of this is, how do we get there? So we look, where do we want to go? How do we get there is tomorrow. So I'm getting ahead of myself. So we talked yesterday about where we are and how we'll look in the course throughout the 7 weeks. We'll start by looking at where we are. And that's really, really important. If you're wanting to change something and transform the situation that you're in, we have to first take account of where we are. And a lot of the time, a lot of healing takes place in that space. So a lot of healing takes place when we just sit with where we are. Really, really, really powerful. So often we're trying to push something away. This includes grief and things like that, which are really, really difficult emotions. Feeling stuck, overwhelmed, stress, anxiety. We don't want to feel them. So we go, nope, this is what I feel, but I don't want to feel it. So we either get stuck in a victimhood, which isn't, again, something to judge ourselves for. It's really natural. Or we don't want to even see where we are, so we're in denial. And if we can't first see, and we can't sit with that, then we can't move forward. We can't let it be felt and move through us. So we'll just be covering up over the top, a bit like a plaster, a bit like given ibuprofen for sciatica. Like, it just covers over the top. It doesn't really get to the bottom of why you've got nerve pain down your leg. So same with happiness and any emotional blockages. We can't just cover it over. And I've been doing that for quite some time. Knowingly, I knew that I had trauma stuck in my body somewhere that was causing me to not be able to feel a lot. So I'm quite numb in some places. And even doing yoga, I found that for a long, long time, I was really desensitized. And through releasing, sitting with that blockage and loving it and welcoming it, it was able to be felt and released in a very powerful way. And I'll be showing you some of these techniques during the course. And then you've moved through it, and then you have space for that feeling to come in, the feelings that we're trying to cultivate. So this is a fabulous topic of where do we want to go? And I've asked quite a few of you already that are interested or booked onto the course. And for a lot of you don't know, and that's really, really normal. So when I say, what do we want? Where are we going? Don't worry if you don't know. All will be revealed, because you do know deep down, but sometimes we are in life circumstances that don't give us the opportunity to really dream. But the question is, if we don't ask these questions to the universe, source, God, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, how do we know the answer, and how do we know where we're going? I used the analogy yesterday, jumping in a car to go on holiday. You don't know where you're going. You've got nothing booked. You've got nothing in your mind for where you want to go. So you're probably not going to end up very far, and definitely not where you really deep down dream of going. So I've used this for that reason exactly. I have on my dream board a beautiful desert or an island in the middle of the sea. And on there, it was a picture that I just chose when I was doing a dream board making with 2 really close friends. And I chose the picture, and it had a man and a woman walking hand in hand on this white sand, stunning beach. This is on my dream board. My partner didn't know this about the dream board, but I looked at it every day. It's on my wall in my office. And because I had that vision, I was not only able to get that to come into my life, but also send that vision to him. So when he was deciding on where to take me for my birthday, he didn't know about that board. I'd not talked specifically about it or really drawn his attention to it, but he felt drawn to booking Maldives. And so that's where we went. And if any of you have seen pictures of Maldives, it is exactly the picture that I've got on my wall. And we even went as far to be offered a drone shot of us walking on the beach in exactly the same way as this couple on my wall. Now, we couldn't have known that. We could have known that was possible. We met a beautiful couple out there. They're wanting to come and start yoga with us. With me. And they were on their honeymoon and they had a drone. And so when we helped them take some footage of them walking on the beach, they offered if we wanted to do the same. And again, we don't have a drone. Wouldn't have known that was possible or going to happen. You're not supposed to have drones, but because we were in the pandemic, the beaches were dead and they allowed us for a few minutes to take some footage. So there you are. That shows the power, the huge power that we hold within our dreaming and our visioning. And we're going to cover this on the course. We're going to be doing some dream board creation. We're going to do some life visioning. And a few of the rules are: talk about it, write about it, dream about it. So when we discover what your deep down dreams are, which as I said, you already know, and they can be teeny tiny things, they can be big things. We'll go through how to uncover those and what layers there might be to not let those flourish out. But the key to it is that you then talk about it. And I don't mean with everybody. So if I talked about my dreams with everyone, most people would think I was bonkers. But I have beautiful, special people in my life that understand that my enormous dreams are very, very much doable. And they high-five me and encourage me and watch me get to them. So I've achieved many already. One of my dreams being to start a charity and be able to really, really help people directly and know that this is what it's going to, and eventually be able to help the environment with this charity. And I did it. I put it on my dream board, and it was a long time in my dreams, and now it's a reality. And that isn't something that's easily done. It took 13 months just to register the charity, let alone all the other work that's gone on in the last 3 and a bit years. So really, really long, lots of work, but I couldn't have got there without that vision, that pointed focus vision, and to keep talking about it. And nobody that I talk about it with, okay, some people would have poo-pooed my idea. I was told a lot of times just to go and volunteer, like I already had been doing a lot of the time. And I didn't want to do that. I wasn't seeing the focus on the people and the causes that I really cared about. And I wanted to really focus and be involved with that in a big way. So if I'd have listened to those people, I would have thought my dreams were silly. But I talked about it with people that know me and love me and support me and help me grow. And they supported me. And that meant I could talk about it more. And when you talk about it, your mind follows that. And when you're following it and you're talking about your dreams, it's so, so important, this part. Then your focus goes there. And guess what goes there? We talked about this yesterday. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. And so your energy goes into that. And all of the things you're doing come together to make that happen. So we don't need to worry about how. That's another key point. We just need to worry about what we want and keep talking about it, dreaming about it, and writing about it. So I'm going to come on to the other two in the course. We're going to go through these different steps. And I'm also going to encourage you to be introspecting on certain journal questions. So some of the really important ones are: who am I and what's my purpose? So we're all very unique. We all have a purpose. We've all come here with a soul purpose. And for a lot of us, we're not living that. So we're in a system where we're working to live. And instead of, we're living to work instead of working to live. And so then our dreams might get forgotten or kind of pushed down or buried because we're so busy. So I'm not here to tell you that you need to give up all of that. But the beautiful thing about your dreams are when you start to prioritize them and put energy into them and just thinking about them, talking about them, dreaming about them, then it means that opportunities start to arise in your life, and you might start to be able to spend more time doing things towards your dreams. Because I'm going to ask you this question. Why is it that we think it's okay to spend 8 or 9 hours a day doing a job to earn money, maybe a job that we don't love, but spending less time working, so cutting down to 4 days a week or doing part-time or whatever you can, but prioritizing spending time on the things that light you up and that you love? Why is that strange? It's such a strange concept that we think that that's selfish or kind of over the top. But really, if you think about it, we're here to thrive. And so spending that time, this is a transition I've gone into. What are these practices and the things that I love to do? And why am I feeling bad when I'm doing them for half of each day? I don't do that, but why would I feel bad? And I'm working towards that. Yeah. So when I do more of those things, it lights me up. It gives me passion. It gives me the fuel to move towards my dreams and to draw more of that in. Yeah. If we think we don't have time, we don't have time. If we fill our time with the things we don't want to be doing and obligations and shoulds, then yes, some of them might be essential, but we can work around our lives to see the little things that we're doing that we could drop off and fill with something we really love. Even if it's just 10 minutes dancing to your favorite music, even if it's 10 minutes of learning a language, even if it's 10 minutes of your favorite book, even if it's a 20-minute yoga class, even if it's going into the garden and doing some gardening, even if it's looking at places that you really want to travel to. These are all really valuable things, and we must put time into what lights us up. This is really, really key for transforming our life. The more we do it, then we're grateful for it and we get that feeling that we want, and then more of it comes. I promise you. So often our dreams actually are the material item. So for example, you might want to travel more. That's one of mine, traveling. So that feeling, that dream isn't necessarily just about the travel. It's about the freedom that I get when I travel, and also the connection to people and places and seeing beautiful things. And so how do I start to get more of that in my life? Not by looking and wishing for it, but by doing those things in small ways as often as I can. So maybe I go out on a trip at the weekend and I love it and I celebrate it and I'm grateful for it. Maybe I go and meet a different group. I go on to a class and meet some different people that come from a different culture or different background, so that then I'm getting that connection. And then we start to be grateful for those things, and we keep looking at where we want to be going as if it's already here, and it just grows. And you see then, I actually am already in that feeling that I'm dreaming about. So if I'm dreaming about freedom and connection in terms of traveling more, and I go into doing things that give me freedom and connection, my dream has actually already come true. And then the other thing, the bigger material looking things, or the kind of activities, just roll in. So that's a lot to take in. I'm not going to talk much more about dreams, but just let's be excited. This is a really, really exciting part of the course. I really, really can't wait to do this. I've got beautiful practices for us to help let these dreams bubble out and share them, and also be the people that we talk to about our dreams. So we're going to create a beautiful container of sisterhood throughout this course, where we can hold each other accountable and tell each other about our dreams, and all support each other in that. And this is really, really essential. For some of us, we don't have people around that we can do that with. So we're going to create it. And if nothing else, I will always be someone that you can come to and share your dreams. I love people's dreams. In fact, I should just call myself a dream weaver. I absolutely love finding what lights people up and encouraging them to go there. So I'm going to give you those tools so that your everyday can start to be filled with your dreams, those feelings particularly underneath the dreams, the freedom, the joy, the pleasure, the success, the feeling of confidence. All of those things are underlying those physical dreams and can fill your life, and will just change it irreversibly. So we're going to do a little meditation now. I'm going to lead you on a 5-minute meditation, might be a little bit longer. I think I always underestimate the time that my meditations are. So we're going to do a manifestation meditation as one of the week's themes. And I'm going to do a little taster of it now with you, just so you can get an idea of the power of your dreams already being within you. So just take some time to get comfortable. If there's people around you, it's fine. I'm going to lead you on a journey. So it's not so important today to be able to sit quietly by yourself, as long as you can just hear my voice. So just closing your eyes. And if you're listening to this after the live, this might be a really great time to pop your headphones in, press pause on the video, and just make sure that you're not going to be disturbed for the next 5 or 10 minutes. So just closing your eyes, sitting comfortably. And just taking some nice long deep breaths into your belly. Breathing in fully, inflating your body, your lungs, your belly, your lower back with breath. Allowing that to pass into the chest. So your whole thoracic cavity is filled with breath, inflated with fresh breath. And we breathe all the way out, bringing our belly button in towards our spine, to allow all the breath to leave the body. Just 3 more long breaths like this. Sitting really nice and tall. We want to almost feel like we're sitting in a power pose. So you've got this. And I just want you to take a moment to visualize yourself. And you'll lay in a beautiful meadow. So you lay on a blanket in the middle of a beautiful meadow looking up, and there is blue sky. There's daisies and grasses and sweet scented flowers around you in the meadow that you can smell, drifting on the very light breeze. And you just feel really content. And you know that you're open and ready for the next adventure. You're ready to really step into something now. So you're lying there content, knowing that you're complete and that the next thing coming along is really going to show you where you want to be in your life. You're really going to feel that content feeling. You're really going to feel that adventure. You're really going to feel like you're expanding into the life that you're supposed to be living, that you dream of. And you notice that you can hear somebody singing. So you sit up, you spring up onto your feet, and you start to walk through the meadow with your hands out to the sides of you, touching through all the long grasses. I have to do this when I walk in long grass and in flowers, just gently touching them, just nudging them so all the scents flow up into your face. You can smell the beautiful flowers, the sight around you, beautiful meadowy green colours and colourful flowers and the bright blue sky. The sun is behind you. You can feel it warming your back, warming the back of your heart space. Oh, and you just feel so content. You can just take an inhale and sigh it out. And along the way, you see that you're coming to a path. And on the path, there is a really huge tree. It's at the edge of the meadow. There's a path and an enormous oak tree. At the bottom of the tree, there's a beautiful woman singing, sitting there singing. And she's wearing the same dress as you, so you're immediately interested, and her singing is very enticing. It's the kind of music that sounds like it carries dreams upon it. So you walk towards this woman, and as you come closer, she gets up and welcomes you. And you fall into a beautiful embrace, realizing that she is you. She is your higher self. And she's been waiting for you to come and ask. Before you even speak, she knows the question, but she waits patiently. And you ask, please show me a day in my ideal life. A day that you live as my higher self. What does that look like? What does it feel like? She smiles because she knew you were coming. She's been expecting you for a while. You've been leading to this place where you'd get to a time when you want to ask. She takes your hand and leads you along the path. And as you walk along the path, you walk into the things that would fill your idea of a perfect day. And you take the afternoon with her, doing all of the things that you dream you could do. So just allow your imagination, your intuition to guide you here to whatever it might be. And you're going to journey on that afternoon with your beautiful higher self, hand in hand, just seeing what she does every day, the things that light you up. She leads the way by doing these things, and she wants to show you so you too can be doing these things in your everyday. So I'm just going to give you a couple of minutes just to journey through a few things in the day of the life of your higher self and your ideal dream day. Just taking nice long deep breaths and not really trying to think about it too much. Just let things come up. If nothing comes up, then just sit with it and just enjoy the feeling. Just notice how you feel. Just allowing her to lead you through maybe different activities or to a place. Just something that you would really be loving to do that your intuition is telling you. And we'll go into a much longer meditation on the course to help bring this out. So don't worry too much. Whatever comes up, just try and go with it. Just surrender. Allow your higher self to lead you. And then let's slowly be drawn back to the tree. You're walking back to the tree and you're really grateful for what you've just seen and experienced. You embrace your higher self and she whispers in your ear, you only have to believe. And as you walk away, you feel like you're floating back to the meadow, back to your beautiful blanket and the picnic that you've got prepared. And you're excited to allow these things to flow into your life. The beauty and wonder of our intuition and our dreams, that you know them deep down already. Just taking a breath into that as you lie back down on the meadow, on your blanket. Golden hour is now upon you and the golden light lights up your face, your chest, your heart space, full of dreams and love for those dreams and gratitude for how they flow into your life. And just taking a really deep breath now and starting to feel back into your body. Taking a sigh, just sigh out any blockages, any resistance to anything that came up. Just let all that go, relax your shoulders down. And when you're ready, open your eyes. So it might be really nice for you to journal now and write those things down. Try and keep them in mind. Even if pictures or feelings or sounds or anything like that came up, just write them down. We don't really have to worry again about how or what they are or the details. Your intuition, your higher self knows. And we'll be journeying much more with her, with your inner goddess and your higher self on the course. So that beautiful woman that you met is really you, and the you that you can step into. And it's just about choosing you. And throughout this course, it will all be about choosing you. So I'm going to leave you with that. I can't wait to see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about how we get there. So we'll just touch on some of the techniques we'll be using to take all this visioning and this life, dream, intuition, kind of all this magic, all this imagination, and actually implement that in our everyday, how to get there and how to feel better in every day. So thanks for joining me. I love you all lots, and I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to share any comments if you're watching this now or later. And if you would love to share your dreams, I would love to read them in the comments. So have a great evening. Take care.